Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Motordrome Speedway. This evening, we present the NASCAR Whelen All-American Series with 5 divisions of action and bicycle races for the kids. At this time, we ask that each and every one of you please rise up from your seats, and gentlemen, remove your caps. If you are moving around the Speedway grounds, we ask that you pause momentarily with us for our opening ceremonies, which includes this evening an invocation from our track photographer, Howie Bayless, and the singing of our national anthem by Stephanie Knight. Also with us this evening and proud to present the colors here on the front straight, the members of Cub Scout Pack 31 from West Mifflin, Pennsylvania. Howie?
Before we get started, race fans, we're going to ask for a moment of silence for Adam Deist. He was a member of the Audi racing team. He passed away last Saturday after a courageous bout of cancer. Dear Lord, as we gather here tonight for a night of entertainment, we ask that you please keep your eyes on all the drivers, pit crews, and officials and fans. We're here to have a good time, but we realize racing can be very dangerous, and we ask that you keep everybody safe tonight and safe throughout the week. And God bless our troops who are overseas defending our country. Amen.
Please remain standing for the national anthem as sung by Stephanie Knight.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Number 74, Scott Aiello, 00, Teddy Gabala in 3, and Tom Knight Sr. in 76. Green flag is out. Zellweger out to an early lead in car 18. He missed a couple of weeks of competition here. Zellweger will lead lap number 1 in the Barrel Automotive Monte Carlo over Holder, Aiello, Gabala, and Knight. Drivers in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th have all been feature winners in their Motordrome careers. Aiello in the 00, winner on opening night in only his 4th career start in a Napa Street Stock, and he's challenging Holder for 2nd. Oh, the rookie pulls pit side. Matt Severin, the 83, heads to his team. Meanwhile, the battle for 2nd. Aiello looking to the inside of Holder on the back straight as Zellweger continues to lead, and Aiello gets all crossed up trying to use the inside lane. Backs it off, but is still able to close in just a little here in turn 4 on Holder's 74 machine. Holder now runs away from the 00 of Aiello and closes in to challenge on race leader Jeff Zellweger. Jason Holder, who was shockingly winless in 2009, has a heat race checkered flag this season, and as the crossed flags signal halfway through this heat race for the Napa Street Stocks, Holder was mounting a challenge for the lead, then lost a couple car lengths, and Aiello was right there with him. Now he goes side by side with Zellweger again. An action-packed lap, if you're the driver of car 74, goes from almost the lead to almost 3rd, and now pulls alongside Zellweger. Working lap number 5 of 8, 4 cars racing together at the front of this field. Zellweger officially still the leader by inches at the scoring line. Now Holder in 74. We're going to be 3 wide for the lead. Bad idea in turn 3, and Scott Aiello knows it. He jumps on the brakes to avoid a massive collision. Meanwhile, they're just about to trade paint still on the front straight. Nearly a dead heat at the scoring line with 2 laps to go. The 18 of Jeff Zellweger, the 74 of Jason Holder, door to door all the way around this half-mile asphalt oval, and Teddy Gibala taking the 3rd spot away in car number 3 from Scott Aiello. A barn burner of a heat race with just 1 lap to go. And at the wave of the white flag, we have a new leader, Jason Holder of Stoystown. Holder, who loves a loose handling car to go broad slide through the turns, opens up a lead over the 18 of Zellweger. Now Gibala, last Friday's winner, climbs into the 2nd spot here on the final circuit. They'll be door to door for 2nd, but taking the checkered flag, Jason Holder in car 74, with Teddy Gibala inching out. The 2nd position over Jeff Zellweger. 00 of Scott Aiello and Tom Knight Sr. complete the top 5. Colarusso the top 5, and it's Andrew Kostelnik in 57 and Dink Colarusso in 0 taking the green flag. In heat race number 2 for the Napa Street Stocks, 8 laps the distance. Oh, we're nearly 3 wide, and Dustin Blank dives on the brakes to avoid making a sandwich there. He drifted up and did a masterful job of avoiding contact with the 0 of Colarusso. Early race leader is Andrew Kostelnik in 57. The driver of that Pontiac Grand Prix number 0, Dink Colarusso, is chasing the car he drove to the championship last year, as Andrew Kostelnik is way out in front with that machine. But the 35 of Bill Ashton from Hopwood, Pennsylvania, the longtime veteran and part-time Touring Series racer, dives to the inside of Dink Colarusso. The most vintage automobile in this field is climbing into 2nd. That Chevrolet Cheval number 35 of Bill Ashton. He's got a couple of wins in his career, travels some with the Frank Kimmel Street Stock Tour, and breaks that car all the way loose in turn 3, gathers it up in turn 4. Colarusso in the 0 is 3rd after being the dominant winner a year ago. Here comes Dustin Blank in the 94 car. Those two nearly made contact on the start. They're now door to door down the back straight with points leader Aaron Minjock watching this battle. This is the fight for 3rd with Colarusso inside, Blank on the outside, 3 wide briefly in turn 4. And Dustin Blank takes the position away in the DeWitt Enterprises 94. Colarusso is back to 4th. Points leader Aaron Minjock is 5th. In front of these drivers, it's the 35 of Ashton in his first start of the season, and the 57 of Andrew Kostelnik leading the way, working lap number 5 of 8. After that incredible action in heat race number 1, it seems to settle down just a bit here. Best battle on the speedway on the back straight will be the 0 of Colarusso in 4th, and the 34 of Minjock. Minjock closed in on him as the points leader just a moment ago and getting very close in turn 4 now. Minjock slides to the bottom and will take the spot away officially at the scoring line by half a car length with 2 laps to go. Minjock climbs into 4th, the first-time feature winner this season and former Charger Division dominator. Out of turn 4, the 57 of Andrew Kostelnik taking the white flag, signaling final lap around over longtime veteran Bill Ashton. And driving the car that took his teammate Dink Colarusso to a title in 2009. Feature winner last season, picking up another heat race checkered flag in car 57, Andrew Kostelnik over Bill Ashton, Dustin Blank, Aaron Minjock, and Dink Colarusso. For last week's winner, Bobby Ship, and 60, the rookie Pat Hanley. Green flag is out, 8 laps for the YO Tech Modifieds. Wheel to wheel into turn number 1. Weiser in car 17. Last year's Rookie of the Year at Lake Erie Speedway. And a rookie just beneath him, Pat Hanley in the 60 car, who got a career best finish last Friday of 3rd. With 1 lap in the books up front, it's the brothers Ship once again. Last Friday night, Brian Ship appeared to be headed for his first win of the season when that number 40 machine caught fire while leading. and handed the lead and the win over to his big brother, Bobby. Battle for third now. Several young drivers there. Pat Hanley, the rookie, the 17 of Weiser. Unquestionably the youngest driver in this field is the car 17, and the 42 of Jason Bush. He makes a pass in his first start in 5 years, and up front, side by side for the lead. A brotherly battle on lap 3 of 8 with Brian Shipp on the outside, Bobby Shipp on the inside. Both drivers visited victory lane in 2009. The driver of the 04, Bobby, one of the biggest, most dominating winners of this division a year ago. And they are wheel to wheel for a full lap coming out of turn 4 to the crossed flags. 4 laps down, 4 laps to go. Older brother Bobby Shipp on the inside, younger brother Brian Shipp on the outside, both graduates of the Charger division racing. Bobby, last week's winner, Brian, who led more laps last week than any other driver. Brian Shipp in the 40 does have a heat race win this season. Big brother Bobby does not, although he was the feature winner last Friday. And racing Jason Bush up to third in his first start. He's all by himself right now. He's passed a few cars after not climbing behind the wheel in 5 seasons. Then Rich Nicola up from the back of the pack in 4th. Pat Hanley, the rookie, in the 60 car, fading back to the 5th position. But up front, the brother battle wages on, coming out of turn 4 to see the white flag. Brian Shipp leading Bobby Shipp. Teammates and brothers. Final time around, and Bobby Shipp, in spite of last Friday's feature triumph, appears to be heat race winless in 2010. Second checkered flag of the season in preliminary action for Brian Shipp over big brother Bobby, Jason Bush, Rich Nicola, and Pat Hanley completing the top 5. Then Dave McManus and the 3 of Chris Brink as we get the green flag. Wheel to wheel and nearly making contact, Kostelnik and Gary Scott headed down the back straight. They sorted out with Scott as the early race leader. Chris Brink uncharacteristically pinned on the low side of the Motordrome Speedway, and he goes wheel to wheel with Kostelnik. Lonnie Hoffman in car 96 passes 2 machines on the opening lap. Gary Scott in 16, a former dirt track modified winner. Scott has victories in virtually every one of his racing seasons except 2009 when he ran a part-time schedule, then came out of the box right away with crew chief Peanuts Eustace and found victory lane in 2010. Kostelnik and Brink side by side, wheel to wheel for second coming out of turn 4. And Kostelnik slides the race car. He avoided getting into Brink's 3 machine just by an inch or 2. They might have made slight contact, but Brink with a great save. Kostelnik likewise. 00 is back to third, and here comes Chris Brink to challenge for a heat race win at the midpoint of this event. Hard to believe, as fast as the 3 car has been this season, Brink has not yet won a heat race. He's had some tough luck in the features as well. The Glenn Campbell Gambler challenging Gary Scott for the lead. Then it's Adam Kostelnik very loose in turns 3 and 4. Kostelnik nearly lost that machine as Lonnie Hoffman in 96, the points leader, rides in 4th with 3 laps to go. Wheel to wheel for the lead, Brink in his customary outside lane. Gary Scott on the bottom in car 16. And former limited late model ace Chris Brink takes over the modified lead with 2 laps to go. Scott and Kostelnik nearly fought for position before Kostelnik's machine slid once again. Brink opens up a huge lead. The best battle will be for second or third as the white flag signals final time around. Gary Scott, Adam Kostelnik, and Lonnie Hoffman, second, third, and fourth. And coming out of turn number 4, picking up his first heat race win of the season, the Glenn Campbell Gambler, Chris Brink, takes the checkered flag over Gary Scott, Adam Kostelnik, Lonnie Hoffman, and Billy Rebar. Gardner in 7, the rookie, defending champ Catone in 31, but Todd Price and Barry Oddie lead the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models to the green. Door to door through turns 1 and 2. Oddie in 75, taking over the point position from Todd Price. It looked like Price had an awfully tight race car there in turns 1 and 2. Bobby Henry in 3rd, side by side. It's Mark Poole and Mark Catone. The 96 of Poole, last Friday's winner. The 31 of Catone, a 3-time track champion. And 4 cars racing together under a blanket for 2nd through 5th allows Barry Oddie to open up a big lead. It's Bobby Henry in 11, taking the 2nd position away from Todd Price. Mark Catone follows suit on the front straight. Working lap number 2 of 10. It's now Barry Oddie, Bobby Henry, Mark Catone, and now Mark Poole in the 96, making a pass of the 15 of Price. Both those drivers feature winners in 2010, and Price slides back to the 5th position. A very tight handling race car for the Mans Family 51 Motorsports. Challenge for 2nd now, headed down the back straight. Mark Catone in 31, Bobby Henry in 11. Both former Motordrome track champions, and Catone slides into 2nd position. He is the points leader in the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models and advances around Bobby Henry. Here on lap 4 of 10, Barry Oddie in car 75, the race leader, former champion of Clearfield and Jennerstown Speedways. In 2nd spot, former champion of Jennerstown and Motordrome, Mark Catone. At the midpoint of this event, 5 laps down, 5 to go. Race leader Barry Oddie in the Wheeler Brothers, Stoystown Auto Wrecking Chevrolet, trying to hold off defending champion Mark Catone, who comes to the inside in 31. The Auto Express Transportation, Mama Pepino's Pizza, number 31 of Catone, taking the lead on lap 6 of 10 from Barry Oddie. 2 veteran campaigners fighting for this win. Mark Catone opening up a big lead almost instantaneously over Oddie. Catone, the points leader, Oddie in 4th in the championship standings after Oddie was 2nd in the championship chase last year here at Motordrome. We have 2 laps remaining. Bobby Henry in 3rd, Mark Poole in 4th. Continued thanks to Subway Restaurants for their sponsorship program. We'll be playing the Subway Challenge a little later on, where everybody in the house has an opportunity to win a free 6-inch meatball sub, courtesy of participating Subway Restaurants, as the white flag displayed to Mark Catone, former 4-cylinder national traveler, now a NASCAR Super Late Model champion of Motordrome 3 times over, and takes the checkered flag for his 2nd heat race victory of 2010 over Barry Oddie, Bobby Henry, Mark Poole, and Todd Price. The NASCAR Subway Super Late Models, Steve Black and Michael Zombar lead him to the green, and we're racing. Steve Black in car 1 has a heat race win this season and 2 very strong top 5 performances, many feature laps led. Indeed, having a breakout season in the Toyota number 1. Neil Brown in car 98, a winner already this season, goes side by side with Black and takes the lead on lap number 1 in a dive-bombing move down the front straight. Now Black battles back in turn 2, but doesn't have enough to reclaim the point position. Rick Miller in car 18, the 3-time track champion, sits 3rd in his new ride. Miller now has the inside lane secured in turn 1 on Steve Black. Working lap 2 of 10, Rick Miller in car 18. The Hemp Hill Racing entry, a brand new ride for the 3-time champion. Challenging former Truck Division ace Steve Black in the 1. They are door to door out of turn number 4 for 2nd. And on lap 3 of 10, Rick Miller shoots into the 2nd position around Steve Black. Neil Brown is checked out on this field. Miller in the 18 is 2nd, Steve Black in 3rd, then the 95 of Gary Wiltrout, and the 60 of Tommy Beck. Beck started last in this field in the Benz Motorsports entry. Working lap 4 of 10. It's Beck in 60, then the 95 of Wiltrout, The 1 of Black, the 18 of Miller, and race leader Neil Brown sees the crossed flags. 5 laps down and 5 to go as Brown stormed into the lead on lap 1 and opens up a comfortable interval here at the midpoint. Driver of the O'Shea Lumber R&M Trucking Davies Ford number 98. Brown, a winner in 2010 and the biggest winner of 2009 in the Subway Super Late Models. Brown, a former Jennerstown track champion and a former winner of the Piney Lasky Memorial, the October crown jewel here at Motordrome. Rick Miller in the 18 car in second spot. Miller closing in just a little bit, although this being a heat race, he will not have time to challenge for a win without a caution. The Dunbar, Pennsylvania driver, former ASA National Traveler, now in the Hemphill Racing entry, and back in third, Steve Black. Black, who sits 5th in the championship point standings this season with that stellar season here early in 2010. Behind Black, it's the 95 of Gary Wiltrout in 4th position. Wiltrout, a 2-track champion of Jennerstown and here at Motordrome. Wiltrout has also been in victory lane after Crown Jewel 100 lap events. The Somerset veteran is just in front of the 60 of Tommy Beck. A dirt track racer on Saturday nights is Beck, and a former Jennerstown Speedway champion in his own ride. The driver here for the Benz Motorsports 60, but the final lap into turns 3 and 4. Picking up yet another heat race victory. In 2010, Neil Brown takes the checkered flag over Rick Miller, Steve Black, Gary Wiltrout, and Tommy Beck. Scottdale, last week's winner in car 14, Zane Farrell, and the 51 of Mary Catherine Shimko from Keisterville. Green flag is out. 6 laps for the Chargers, and we got multi-car contact on the front straight. Kristen Etling and John Scott in the 71 collide. Scott loses a wheel. Etling with serious damage. Looked like they got into the 04 of Christoffel just a little bit there. And now that tire comes back to punt the Etling 8 car in the door. Disaster here on the opening lap. 6 laps will be the distance for the Chargers, and it looks like Kristen Etling will lose a heat race for the first time in 2010. 61, Ron Eiford III. 51, Mary Catherine Shimko. 44, Bob Garchak. 71, John Scott, and the green flag is out. Scott's car doesn't look all that awful for the kind of hit he took on the front straight, but up front, the 14, Prom King Zane Farrell, diving to the inside of the 04 of Christoffel. Very close racing there in turn 3. Both these drivers have been to victory lane. Farrell was a rookie last season and got multiple wins and was last Friday night's feature winner. The Charger division, one of only 2 divisions with a repeat winner so far this season. And look at Christoffel trying to make that 04 car as wide as the racing surface itself. Young Zane Farrell in second spot. Christoffel, as you can see from the paint, affiliated with the Bobby and Brian Ship racing team. Zane Farrell, a close friend of Lonnie Hoffman, so both of these Charger division teams getting some technical support from modified racers, and Lightning on the back straight, Lightning in the battle for the lead. Christoffel and Farrell really duking it out for this heat race win. Farrell has 2 preliminary victories, and at the midpoint of this event, it gets even more heated in turn number 1. Christoffel's had some bad luck early this season in spite of often having a very fast race car. Christoffel yet to take a heat race checkered flag, but he has threatened for feature wins. He's been to victory lane more than a couple of times in his career. Not in 2009, however. Christoffel failed to reach victory lane last season, competing part-time, while rookie Farrell shocked us all with multiple feature wins as a teenager, and he sees the white flag. Final time around for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. And headed through turns 3 and 4, the driver who left his senior prom to come and race the feature 2 Fridays ago, Zane Farrell, takes the checkered flag over Jimmy Christoffel. Ron Eiford III Coming out of turn 4, it'll be dirt track racing convert Bob Garchak Jr. finishing in 4th over John Scott in the 71 car. 6 cars, 6 laps for the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. Green flag is out. McConnell got a terrific start as Sheltman falls back. Tracy Keller in the 1 right on McConnell's bumper. Race leader, the veteran Ed McConnell, looking for a career first feature win out of Evans City. He was a teammate to multiple feature winner Ed Neidhart for the past few seasons. Keller in the 1 from Asheville, Pennsylvania, holding off the 13 of his cousin Denny. They were nearly making contact. I think they might have touched there in turn 3. Side by side, the Keller cousins behind race leader Ed McConnell. And even though they're battling with each other, I think they are still gaining on leader McConnell in the 48. Now Denny Keller wrestles the 2nd position away and gets really loose on the front straight, but makes a great save. Denny Keller of Denora challenging the rear bumper of the 48 of McConnell. His cousin Tracy still right there with him. Well, good news, race fans. I finally got my paperwork this week. And after a couple seasons of telling you that Tracy Keller lives in Asheville, it says Mount Pleasant, Pennsylvania once again on his paperwork, as we got a battle up front between Denny Keller and Ed McConnell. They go door to door in turn 3. And at the wave of the white flag, Denny Keller takes over the lead from McConnell. Denny Keller was an early season winner in 2009, looking for that first feature win of 2010. McConnell's not going to let him have it easily, though. A challenge for the lead once again in turn 4. Headed to the checkered flag, Denny Keller takes the win over Ed McConnell, Tracy Keller, Ed Sheltman, and Al Minjok. And the 23 of Eugene the Hillbilly Zerfoss. 6 laps the distance, green flag is out. Coca-Cola Super Compact action roars into turn number 1 with Paul Koffler III, the early race leader. Leisenring, Pennsylvania resident out in front. Not only a 3rd generation racer, he's often the 3rd generation in action on any given night with his father and grandfather in this division. Schwartz in 31, climbing into 2nd. Mark Tringes Jr. in 3rd. Both those cars have been fast this season, but Schwartz, the youngster, a 2-time winner, the only repeat winner in the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. I want to remind you, race fans, you can stop at the Motordrome gift shop and register at no charge to win a fantastic NASCAR prize from our friends at Coca-Cola. Side by side on the front straight, Schwartz on the outside, Koffler the 3rd on the inside. 2 of the youngest drivers in this division going door to door on lap 2 of 6. Schwartz of McKeesport in 31, whose mother is a street stock racer, challenging Koffler, who has his father and grandfather in competition with us most weeks here at Motordrome. Still side by side, they head to the crossed flags, 3 down, 3 to go. Schwartz in 31 using the outside lane to his advantage. Zerfoss has climbed into 3rd after starting at the tail of this field, but the lead battle is intense. Each time in turn 4, Koffler is able to get a little bit closer to hanging on to that lead, but now by a full car length on the front straight, Schwartz captures the position completely and opens up his first comfortable interval. It's only about half a car length, however. Battle for 3rd developing back there. The 23 of Zerfoss, who's come from the back of the pack. He passed Tringes to get the spot. Now Tringes fighting back as the white flag is shown to the race leaders. Tringes dives to the inside of Zerfoss now on the front straight. Final tour for Heat 1 of the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. McKeesport, Pennsylvania, States Wheel and Tire entry number 31. Headed for the checkered flag. And points leader Bill Schwartz wins his second heat of the season over Paul Koffler III, Eugene Zerfoss, Mark Tringes Jr., and the 11 of Steven Schelpman. Koffler Jr., the 46 is Sean Rich, the 14 is Kevin Caveman Keffer as the green flag waves. The 05 of Koffler Jr., this is the car normally driven by Koffler Sr., as the usual 05 car had some mechanical woes last week, and now the former feature winner challenges the rookie Grubbs. Grubbs in 62, an upset heat race winner just a week or two ago, side by side with a 2009 multi-feature winner Koffler Jr. And Koffler takes that position away. Koffler is a dirt track champion at the Farmington Speedway, opening up his lead over Grubbs. The rookie is in second in car 62. And speaking of the Farmington Speedway, 14 driver Kevin Keffer, I was told was a former dirt track racer. Not true. His career began at the Jennerstown Speedway, and all this time I've been announcing Keffer as a former Farmington competitor. Got a chance to talk to the caveman last week himself. He set the record straight. Behind Keffer's 14 car, it's Mary Catherine Shimko in 44 chasing the caveman. She competes as a rookie in the Chargers and a veteran with a heat race win this season in the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Three of 6 laps now completed as Koffler Jr. is way out in front of Grubbs. Grubbs now about to feel the pressure of the veteran, Caveman Keffer in car 14. Closing in to battle for second position. Caveman in third, rookie Grubbs in second. They are nearly bumper to bumper for that position behind race leader Paul Koffler Jr. Battle intensifies for second there in turns 1 and 2 on the final circuit. Caveman Keffer grabs the spot. And taking the checkered flag, Paul Koffler Jr. in his new ride, number 05, over Kevin Keffer, Dale Grubbs Jr. Mary Catherine Shimko in the battle for 5th. It will be Sean Rich in 46. In the 9, Dakota Stambaugh, the rookie. In the 14. Oh, we're 4 wide on the front straight. Now we're 3 wide. Now we're back to 4 wide. I don't have a driver's name on the 14 car because we have 14 as our own caveman Kevin Keffer. So a first-time starter in 14, not bashful about going 4 wide. We'll call him Racer X because of the mystery surrounding that machine right now. Out in front, June Mihalik, the rookie driver from Evans City in car 38, leading her first lap of competition. June Mihalik, no relation to Western Pennsylvania legend Joe Mihalik of a different spelling. And June Mihalik's DeWitt Enterprises machine continues to lead out of the Dustin Blank Racing stable. Racer X, the mystery driver, is in second spot. I understand that car has been assigned the number 74 for tonight. Then the 9 of Dakota Stambaugh, the former Cody Quarrick ride. Mike George, the rookie in 25. Bike races coming up next, youngsters. Bike races will be immediately after the final 3 laps of this Coca-Cola Super Compact heat race. Challenge for the lead, June Mihalik, the rookie on the inside. The nameless first-time starter goes door-to-door with her in turn 3, but June hangs on to the lead, maybe not at the scoring line. The number 14 car, which will be scored as 74, dicing for the lead with June Mihalik's Dodge Daytona and taking that position. A first-time starter in the lead, a rookie in second, rookies in third and fourth as the white flag waves. That Cody Quarrick number 9 car, which is now driven by Dakota Stambaugh. Want to make mention, Max Cato's 21st birthday. Crew chief on Cody Quarrick's Arsenberger Trucking late model. And coming out of turn 4 to take the checkered flag, I have no idea. Car 74, 38 of June Mihalik finishes in second spot. Then the 9 of Stambaugh, the 25 of George, and the 22 of another rookie, John Smizek. Holder 3, last week's winner, Teddy Gabala. 57, Andrew Kostelnik. 03, Terry Schwartz. 83, rookie Matt Sever. Green flag is out for the Napa Auto Parts Street Stocks. 3 wide in the battle for second. It's a precarious situation with Ashton. Zellweger, oh, we got contact back there. Zellweger got the worst of it. He is briefly off the pace and I believe has a flat tire as he pounds the wall. It looked like Zellweger cut down a tire after that multi-car contact on the back straight, and now hard into the wall goes the 18. The driver from Allison Park, Pennsylvania, Jeff Zellweger, a graduate of the Allison Legacy Series, looking for a career first win after a front row start tonight. I believe he cut a tire after that multi-car contact, and that is a hard impact to the outside wall. In second, Bill Ashton in 35, and points leader Aaron Minjock fourth in 34. 3 drivers at the front of this pack with lots and years and decades of racing experience. Tom Knight Sr., Dink Colarusso, and Bill Ashton. Ashton in his first start of the season looks very strong, almost challenges last year's dominating winner Colarusso for second. Tom Knight Sr. out in front after a relative of his just took a bicycle race checkered flag. Single file for the moment, but these street stock feature events sponsored by Napa Auto Parts have been barn burners all season long. No repeat winners yet in 2010. Now Ashton in the 35 gets fully beneath the 0 of Colarusso to complete the pass for the runner-up position. Ashton has a couple of career victories, none within the last couple of seasons, however. And up front, Tom Knight Sr., most recently victorious at Jennerstown. We got a battle for third that goes side by side. Aaron Minjock trading paint with Dink Colarusso, and we got a battle for the lead down the back straight. The 2 most senior drivers in this field duking it out door to door. Bill Ashton in 35, Tom Knight Sr. in 76. Well over 100 years. And those 2 drivers, as they duke it out on lap 5, and Knight has a problem. After leading the early portion of this event, Tom Knight Sr. has a serious problem on 76. He loses a position to the 34 of Minjock. Now he finds a little bit more speed to hold off the 94 of Dustin Blank, but that car drifted very high in turn 1, and I don't believe that was driver error. I think Knight has something going amiss in the handling of that machine as he now falls back into 4th. Andrew Kostelnik in 57, Dink Colarusso in the 0. Those 2 former teammates looking to challenge. Then it's the double O of Scott Aiello, the 74 of Holder. Very close racing here in the middle of the pack. Last week's winner, Teddy Gabala, in the 3, joins this multi-car fight for positions 4 on back. Now Kostelnik breaks away from Aiello and dives to the inside of Colarusso. Door to door, it's Andrew Kostelnik and Dink Colarusso fighting for the 5th position now behind Knight. Kostelnik will take it away, and up front we got another battle for the lead. This time it's one of the division's young lions going up against veteran Bill Ashton. Hopwood, Pennsylvania's Bill Ashton in car 35, a traveler with the Frank Kimmel Street Stock Series, and former Charger Division dominator Aaron Minjock in 34, who leads the current Napa Street Stocks point standings after his first career win a couple weeks ago. 94 Dustin Blank, a winner late in 2009, joins this battle. This time in turn 4, Minjok again looks to the low side of Ashton. Can't get it done as the vintage Chevy Chevelle leads this field over Minjok and Blank. Now they're nearly side by side on the back straight. 35 of Ashton, 34 of Minjok. Just about to trade paint there in turn 3 as Blank watches this battle. Now Minjok gets crossed up out of 4. He tried to make a save, but right here on the front straight spins in front of the field. Jason Holder spins to avoid contact, and everybody squeaks through without any incident other than a spin. No damage to these race cars, amazingly. Andrew Kostelnik, Jason Holder, and Scott Aiello. And the leader experiences a problem. Bill Ashton pulls out of line on the restart. Heartbreak for the veteran from Hopwood, and we're going to try once again as that stacked up this field in an unpleasant manner. Senior, Andrew Kostelnik, Jason Holder behind him. Now a fast-paced restart with 15 laps to go in the Napa Street Stocks. Challenge for 4th position, the 00 of Scott Aiello looking beneath Jason Holder's 74 car. At the same time, a challenge for 2nd in front of them. Andrew Kostelnik and Tom Knight Sr. going door to door. Kostelnik victorious here in 2009 and grabs that position away from Knight. It's now Andrew Kostelnik in 2nd to Dustin Blank, then the 76 of Knight. Holder has defended the 4th position successfully from the advances of Aiello. And now we'll see if Kostelnik, the driver 2nd in the championship point standings, can reel in leader Dustin Blank. Aaron Minjok, the points leader, was sent to the tail of the field and is now in the pits after that spin on the front straight. So the points leader not on the racetrack, and 2nd place driver Andrew Kostelnik is 2nd on the speedway, 2nd in the points race. We'll see if he is able to close in on race leader Dustin Blank in the DeWitt Enterprises Chevrolet. Kostelnik appears to be gaining just a little bit on Blank. Here with 10 laps to go. Best battle on the speedway is for 3rd, about 20 car lengths behind this battle. Tom Knight Sr. and Jason Holder. Then the 00 of Scott Aiello. Oh, there's bumper contact there between Holder and Knight as this 3rd place battle heats up. Working lap 16 now with Holder beneath Tom Knight. Scott Aiello right there. Aiello, an interesting story, as his first win here on opening night came in his 4th start in the division. So now making his 7th appearance in the Napa Street Stocks. Another solid top 5 performance as Knight appears to have this 3rd position secured away from Holder's challenges. Just as we say that, on the back straight, Holder looks to the inside. Now Aiello to the outside of Holder. Working lap 18 now, and the lead battle is about to heat up. Action happening all over this speedway as, well, Holder now can openers the inside lane from Knight, and they go side by side. We'll turn our attention to the lead in just a moment, but Holder finally gets the break he needs after hounding Tom Knight Sr. for many laps. Here comes Scott Aiello to the inside, the 00. Aiello and Knight make contact in turn 1. Knight does a great job of making a save. Nonetheless, Aiello gains the position. Now a challenge for the lead in 3 and 4. Andrew Kostelnik to the inside of Dustin Blank. They nearly touched in turn 3, but out of turn 4, Blank holds almost a full car length advantage with 5 laps to go. Blank has had his share of handling difficulties in 2010, but that car looks to be right on the money tonight as he holds off Kostelnik for the moment. Andrew Kostelnik of North Braddock, younger brother of Adam Kostelnik, the 6-time modified champion and former street stock champion. Blank, the former NASCAR late model driver. He's raced in about every division of asphalt competition, including traveling the nation with the NASCAR Goodies Dash Series. Back in the earlier part of this decade, he walked away from the sport, then came back, and now a Napa Street Stock feature winner, trying to find victory lane for the first time in 2010, leads by only a bumper with 3 to go. Dustin Blank and Andrew Kostelnik, both winners at Motordrome in 2009, both looking for their first feature checkered flag of 2010. They will be door to door in turn number 4. Headed for the signal of 2 laps to go. Blank leads again by a bumper at the scoring line. No repeat winners yet in 2010 for the Napa Auto Parts Street Stocks. And Kostelnik has his best run into turn 3 to this point, but not able to threaten for the lead. Blank now dirt tracks the car. He gets it loose and on the front straight for the white flag lap. Andrew Kostelnik takes the lead by a fender. One brief miscue in turn number 4 may have been all it takes for Andrew Kostelnik to seal his first victory of the season. Now Blank tries to throw it in on the high side, cannot battle back. And it will be Andrew Kostelnik winning his first Napa Street Stock feature of the season over Dustin Blank, Scott Aiello, Jason Holder, and Tom Knight Sr. Hey, let's talk, before we talk about that race, let's talk about this race car, because even though it's a 57, even though it's green and white, this is a new ride for you, isn't it?
Yeah, I drove this car 2 years ago before Dink Colarusso drove it last year. I won it at once. And then he come out and he pretty much dominated last year. And so far, I haven't finished out top 3 in this car, so it's working pretty good.
Now, you and Dink's still pretty close buddies. No love lost there. People might think that because you jumped into his previous car, there's some kind of friction there, but that couldn't be the case at all.
No, we try to help each other out as much as possible. I mean, when we're on the track, I mean, there's no friends, of course, but other than that, yeah, we try to help each other out in the pits.
And now let's talk about tonight's run. You didn't get the lead until the very last lap. What's a better way to win, taking the win on the last lap or dominating and having things your way the whole race?
Well, taking the lead on the last lap is definitely more thrilling. I definitely put on a better show for all the fans. But honestly, I got to say, you get out in front and you're in the lead, you set sail, that's a lot easier.
Well, it certainly wasn't easy tonight. How about a chance to thank all the sponsors and crew?
I'd like to thank Tube City Beer and AK Chassis. That's about all I got right now.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, returning to victory lane, Andrew Kostelnik. 17, J.P. Weiser. 71, Troy Knight. Oh, as we have a high, we have to wave that start off, race fans. We nearly clobbered the pace truck by Rorick Toyota, and we got a spin at the front of the field and the back. Rich Nicola goes around trying to back off the hammer. He is the second place starter in this feature event. Off an 04 Bobby Ship. And it looks like a clean start this time for the Wyotech Modifieds. 3 wide at the drop of the green. Unbelievable. Jason Bush does the wise thing, backing off as he was the meat of the sandwich, while Gary Scott is not up to power. Feature winner 2 weeks ago dropping way back, and up front, Kostelnik is the early race leader as Hanley feels the pressure of Jason Bush. Battle on the speedway for 4th position. Lonnie Hoffman and Billy Rebar go wheel to wheel. Both drivers from Smithton, PA, and Hanley slips up a groove, allows Bush to slip through, allows Hoffman to slip through, and holds up the 18 of Billy Rebar. Adam Kostelnik opens up a big lead now over a couple of blue race cars. Jason Bush in his first start. Lonnie Hoffman, the points leader, in 96 in 3rd. Oh, Pat Hanley nearly lost the handle coming out of turn 4 that time in the 60. And Bush this time dirt tracks the 42 car out of turn 4. Lonnie Hoffman right there on his rear bumper working lap number 4 of 25. Now Hanley in the 60 feels the pressure of Brian Shipp in the 40. Shipp, who had victory snatched away from him by a massive fire while leading, pulled that car in the pits while it was ablaze and gave the win to his brother. He and Chris Brink and Bobby Shipp all making their way past the 60 of rookie Hanley. Working lap 6 and a caution flag for debris on the speedway. Track officials reporting something in the high groove of the speedway below the Isley's billboard here on lap number 6. Track officials headed out to make sure the speedway is safe. Stelnick, Jason Bush, Lonnie Hoffman, Brian, and Bobby Shipp lead him back to the green flag with 6 of 25 laps completed. Can Jason Bush challenge for a win in his first start in 5 years? Can points leader Lonnie Hoffman become the division's first repeat winner? The brothers Shipp again going wheel to wheel as they did in their heat race earlier tonight, as they did in the feature last week. And in turn 1, Bobby Shipp using the outside lane, Brian Shipp using the inside lane. And the challenge for second finds Lonnie Hoffman just inches off the back bumper of Jason Bush. He might have touched that rear bumper. Kostelnik's lead about 6 car lengths over all this heated action for second, third, fourth, and fifth. Bush in the 42 and Lonnie Hoffman, the hometown hero, duking it out for second. Oh, Bush nearly lost that race car. Had to pitch it into the middle lane. Somehow Hoffman avoided contact. And they're still wheel to wheel. That had to be a terrible surprise for Lonnie Hoffman to see a car in front of him go that kind of sideways out of 4. Now Hoffman is into second, and the wheel to wheel Shipp brothers battle closes in on the ill-handling Jason Bush 42 car. And we got a caution, turn 4. We got trouble with J.P. Weiser in the 17 and the 3 of Chris Brink. Brink was coming up from the rear of this field after a caution flag incident. And young J.P. Weiser in the Peanuts Eustace wrenched car. Going around to bring out a caution with 10 of 25 laps completed. Green flag waves. Single file for this lap 10 restart. We'll go double file for any restarts after the halfway point of this 25 lapper. Adam Kostelnik and Lonnie Hoffman out in front. Both were winners in 2009. In third, Jason Bush feels the pressure now from Brian Shipp. While the drivers first and second were winning in 2009, Jason Bush wasn't even visiting a racetrack last year, taking a 5-year hiatus from racing that ends tonight as he tries to hold off the Shipp brothers. And Bobby Shipp drifts way up and allows Rich Nicola to sneak in to steal the 5th position. Here on lap 12, Rich Nicola and Bobby Shipp are side by side. Brian Shipp in the 40 is trying to take third away from Jason Bush, and all those cars are racing very close together with Billy Rebar and Troy Knight. Halfway signal given to the leaders this time. And Brian Shipp now firmly under the 42 of Bush, who dirt tracks that 42 car once again. An ill-handling machine for Bush's return, but Brian Shipp now in sole possession of third. Multi-car contact there. Bobby Shipp nearly goes around on the front bumper of Billy Rebar. We stay green. Troy Knight pounded the outside retaining wall that lap in the 71, but we're still going green. Lead battle headed into turn number 3. Lonnie Hoffman in 96, the hometown hero. The 6-time champion Kostelnik looking for his first win of the season in 0-0 with 10 laps to go. This is going to be a fight to the finish, and Kostelnik with a mechanical problem in the HB Motorsports ride. He turns around in front of the whole field as the suspension on the left rear dropped to the pavement. Unbelievable that everyone got around the race leader. On lap 15, Adam Kostelnik, who dropped out of competition last week, now has a rear end or suspension failure that dropped the undercarriage of that machine firmly on the pavement while fighting for the lead. Hoffman and Ship bring him to the green. We're back up to full speed with the Wyotech Modifieds and 10 laps to go. Jason Bush in the 42 car, trying to handle a car that is not properly set up tonight, and doing a great job so far maintaining third, as the 40 of Brian Ship was looking to the inside of Lonnie Hoffman, but now Bush surrounded by Ship and rookie Pat Hanley. Rich Nicola trying to become a part of this battle. Hanley's car was very ill handling early on, but a pit stop seems to have corrected that. Now there's contact. Hanley with a fantastic save out of turn 4. Like a veteran, this dirt track street stalker turned modified rookie keeps that car in one piece after tangling with the front bumper of Rich Nicola. Green flag still out. Up front, the lead battle gets heated. Brian Ship tucked into the rear bumper of Lonnie Hoffman. Here on lap 17, Hoffman stretches it out by about 4 or 5 car lengths. In third spot, it's Bobby Ship. Then back to fourth, it's Jason Bush, who may feel like a rookie after 5 years out of the cockpit, with Pat Hanley, the true rookie, and Rich Nicola in 34, now taking a spot away from Hanley. Chris Brink follows through. Brink now side by side with Hanley. And working lap 18, Brink grabs a position from Hanley and from Nicola in the same lap perhaps. They're wheel to wheel for position number 5, and Brink will take it after going to the tail following a pit stop. Oh, we got a spin in turns 1 and 2. Rebar and Hanley going around after some bumper tag between Bush and Nicola. Billy Rebar in the 18 comes to a stop. Pat Hanley spins to the inside of the back straight in car 60 as there are 5 laps to go. Here's from third, Jason Bush from fourth. Green flag is back out. Pat Hanley goes 3 wide on the initial start, trying to make up positions after the spin and pit stop, but Lonnie Hoffman leads a battle of the brothers Ship once again. Last week, the brothers were fighting for the lead. Now it's second place as Lonnie Hoffman is a car length in front of younger brother Brian. Hey, look at Chris Brink. He's past Jason Bush, and oh, we got another spin. J.P. Weiser gathers the car back up. Now Vince Cater is collected and hooked on the Pat Hanley 60, and I thought we were going to be able to keep racing for a moment. Weiser spins. Cater in his first start has the 27 car limping, and they collected the 60 of Hanley. Lonnie Hoffman, Brian Ship, now Bobby Ship, and Chris Brink in the top 4. Take the green flag for 4 more laps. Chris Brink is a go for broke kind of driver. Let's see if he can continue his march to the front. Brian Ship and the leader, Lonnie Hoffman, tangle into the outside wall. The points leader, Hoffman, will finish this one on the tow truck, collected by Brian Ship in the 40. Heartbreak for leader and second position. This is the second time on consecutive Fridays Brian Ship's hopes for a victory are dashed late in the race. But Bobby Ship and Chris Brink out to settle this one in 4 more laps. Look at Pat Hanley going 3 wide. Oh, we got a collision on the front straight as Jason Bush in the 42 got shoved in front of the 18 of Rebar. Pat Hanley goes 3 wide on the start, and racing Jason Bush gets a rough welcome back to competition at Motordrome Speedway, a victim of multi-car contact there. Billy Rebar did a good job. The 04 of Bobby Ship may be having a problem. It didn't seem that he came up to full speed, and now limping toward the infield. In fact, Bobby Ship will be headed pit side. Unbelievable attrition in this modified feature, the likes of which we haven't seen in several years. Ship makes the hard turn. Both of their race cars are now pit side for the evening. From the low side, green flag is back out. 4 laps to decide it. Brink the leader now over Rich Nicola. Troy Knight in third. Here comes Pat Hanley. He moves around the 18 of Billy Rebar and is closing quickly on Troy Knight. And Hanley closing in just a little on the rear bumper of Knight as we are finally in calm single file running order for 2 laps to go, the signal. Into turn 3, Chris Brink in car 3. We'll see the white flag this time around, and a tough luck season for the Glenn Campbell Gambler in the American Standard number 3. Maybe turning his season around here in one night with drivers ahead of him in the point standings, sidelined after crashes. Coming out of turn 4, a multiple feature winner in 2009, the former limited late model star. Picking up his first checkered flag of 2010, Chris Brink will win it over Rich Nicola, Troy Knight, Pat Hanley, and Billy Rebar. A broken bumper, a couple of pit stops. Well, Chris Brink, you've had a couple of runs this season that it would not surprise me to find you in victory lane. This one is a little bit of a surprise as we look at the junked up front end of this race car. Let's talk about this race from start to finish. Wasn't a lot of fun for the fans. How was it from your view?
Well, it must have been a full moon tonight up there above the clouds. It was wild. I don't know what to say. It was just wild. And, picked our spots. The car's been fast. We should have won the last. This should be our 3rd victory. But I gotta praise God first. Thank God for all His blessings. It's an emotional week for me and my brother and my wife. We lost our mother a couple weeks ago. Having a memorial tomorrow for her. This week, my daughter, after fighting a year fighting cancer, was given a clean bill of health. So, and then winning tonight, we're pretty happy.
I can tell, a very emotional victory lane, and we can't let you go without a chance to thank all your crew and sponsors for making this car so fast all season.
Number one, my wife for her support and her help, and my brother he could work on any pit crew anywhere. He sets his car up meticulously, and he's a great spotter, and he walked me through that whole mess last 3 or 4 weeks, so he's great. I couldn't do it without him. Falcarelli Supply come on again this year for about the 5th year in a row. Actually, I said last year we put their name on and they didn't give us any money. At the end of the year, they gave me a check, and they started out this year with a check. American Standard Heating and Cooling, Bradford Whitewater Heaters, and Falcarelli Supply. We wouldn't be here without those guys, and I appreciate it. And Mahoning Outdoor Furnaces. And I want to give a heads up to Rich Nicola. I mean, that guy has struggled out here, and he ran a hell of a race, and he's going to be here every week by the looks of it. Not that I want him up there, but we're going to have to contend with him.
There he is, a contender in his own right, ladies and gentlemen, Chris Brink. Rorick Toyota Pace Truck will head pit side for 50 laps of action. Steve Black looking for a career first win, having his best season to date in car number 1. And winner on opening night, Todd Price in 51, leading Rick Miller and Bobby Henry to the green. And we are racing full speed for the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models. Up front, Todd Price uses the outside lane to vault into the lead with the 11 of Bobby Henry. Quickly to the outside, challenging the 1 of Steve Black. Rick Miller into the 4th spot. Tommy Beck losing power in the 60 car and dropping back through the middle of the field. And we got a caution flag as Michael Zombar makes hard outside wall contact in the 64, and Cody Quarrick spins the 6 to the inside. Cody Quarrick went around on the back straight. Zombar tried to avoid, and while he avoided Quarrick's machine, he pounded the outside wall with the rear of the 64 car. Green flag is out. Price the race leader over Henry, Black, Miller, Wiltrout, and Audi. Todd Price, the opening night feature winner in car 51, feels a challenge from Bobby Henry in the 11. Henry has been really fast a couple of weeks here at Motordrome, but breaks through to the lead for, I believe, the first time in feature competition this season. Steve Black in the 1. nearly trading paint with Rick Miller in the 18 as they are both battling with the 51 of Todd Price. Into turn 3, Black has the preferred lane and will take away second. Rick Miller now challenging Price for third and has it. Very quickly, Miller goes to the inside of Black. Those two nearly traded paint, fighting for third. Now this is the battle for second, which includes Barry Audi. Audi making some early moves in this event. He's passed a couple of cars already and dives beneath Black, who was challenging Miller just a second ago. It's now Rick Miller into second, Barry Audi in third, Steve Black in fourth. And they've got about a third of a straightaway to gain on race leader Bobby Henry. Mark Catone makes a pass, as does Neil Brown, as Todd Price is falling back in this field. Challenge for second now on lap 5 of 50. Barry Audi in car 75 and Rick Miller in car 18. Both of these drivers are two-track champions. Audi at Jennerstown in Clearfield, Miller at Motordrome in Clearfield. And now Audi has preferred position on the three-time Motordrome champ. The Hemp Hill Racing 18 falls back to third as Barry Audi is the man on the move early in this one. Behind them, Neil Brown in car 98 making a move around the one of Steve Black. Mark Catone will follow, and those two early season winners, both now advancing inside of the top 5 here on lap 7. Race leader Bobby Henry in car 11, making his way down the front straight for a full half straightaway lead over Barry Audi. Rick Miller in third with Brown challenging. Down the back straight, Neil Brown looking to move into third in car 98. After winning his heat tonight, he will clear Rick Miller for third. Here comes Mark Catone. Side by side are a couple of three-time Motordrome champs. Catone, the defending champion, makes the move around Miller here on lap 9 to find himself in fourth spot. Single file at the front of the field. Barry Audi in 75 looked to be lightning fast when he moved into second spot, but very quickly Neil Brown is reeling him in. Audi was second in the championship point standings in 2009. He picked up a win, a memorial event for his late father. And now Neil Brown has chopped Audi's advantage down to about 3 car lengths. Mark Catone is right there with Brown and may even be a little bit faster. These three machines now in second, third, and fourth, moving around the Joe Moose 83 to put him a lap down. So we've got a dozen laps in the books now. Bobby Henry has checked out on this field, and 3 cars are fighting for second, third, and fourth. Neil Brown moving very low on the speedway to pull almost even with Barry Audi. Side by side in turn 1. And Brown looked to maybe have the spot, but Audi battles back. A pair of former Jennerstown champions, Brown and Audi, slugging it out for second. Neil Brown takes the spot away. At the scoring line, he makes it official on lap 14, and Mark Catone advances a position. Audi is now quickly back to fourth, with Mark Catone in third, Neil Brown in second. Up front, it's all Bobby Henry. Car number 11. The Richard and Joan Palagrudo R&R Motorsports entry. Henry, whose teammate Gary Wiltrout is the Subway Challenge driver of the night this evening. Henry, the 2007 Motordrome Speedway track champion, wheeling the Stone and Company Megan Ford Scottdale Lumber number 11 machine. He's got a heat race victory this season, and on lap 16, a pretty big advantage over this field. All by himself in second is Neil Brown. The O'Shea Lumber R&M Trucking Hunters Peterbilt Davies Ford. Mark Catone in third spot as he followed Brown up from deep in the field. Catone, the heat race winner tonight as well. The Mama Pepino's Pizza Auto Express Transportation number 31. Behind Catone here on lap 18 in fourth spot, Barry Audi. The Stoystown Auto Wrecking Wheeler Brothers 75 Chevrolet. And just behind him, Rick Miller in his new ride for Hemp Hill Racing, the 18 car, the NGP Incorporated machine from Dunbar, Pennsylvania. As we work lap 19, it is evident that Neil Brown is chopping down the lead of Bobby Henry ever so slowly. Now they move by the Joe Moose machine, and Brown has continued to slice away car lengths of that advantage. Mark Catone seems content to ride about a car length and a half off of Brown's back bumper. And that lap, Henry lost quite a bit of his comfort zone. Bobby Henry with 115 feature victories, combining his dirt track limited late model career and his asphalt super late model career. On lap 21, has only about a 3 or 4 car length advantage down the back straight. Less than that as they head into turn 3. This will be a 3-car race in just a lap or two. Short of the midway point, it's Bobby Henry, Neil Brown, and Mark Catone. In this group, Henry the only driver who has yet to win in 2010, and we have not had a repeat winner in the Subway Super Late Models. Neil Brown tries to change that in turn 3 as he dives to the inside. Henry cannot defend the lead, and Neil Brown takes over the point position on lap 23. Mark Catone takes over second. Henry drops back 2 spots. Catone had to back off just a little bit there as he may have been trying to challenge Brown in the same lap he took second. Race leader is Neil Brown. Second spot, Mark Catone, and a third place car of Bobby Henry is fading. He's already lost 2 or 3 car lengths off the rear bumper of Catone. Then it's Audi and Miller, a distant 4th and 5th, but Neil Brown muscled his way to the front and Mark Catone simply followed. Now Brown is unable to run away. These drivers approaching the Gary Wiltrout 95 car. Shocking that the 2-track champion Wiltrout is about to go a lap down. Mechanical woes have plagued that team all season long, and the 95 is headed to the pits. Working lap 26 of 50, Neil Brown and Mark Catone, early season winners. Brown, the dominant winner of 2009. Catone, the track champion of 2009. They are now approaching Todd Price in the 51. Front row starter and feature winner. Price is shockingly going a lap down. Mark Catone, a patient, conservative racer, leading the current championship point standings again this season. On lap 28, close enough to reach out and touch the rear bumper of Neil Brown. In just a lap or 2, more traffic will impede the leader's progress. Neil Brown, who spent a couple of seasons recently racing on the dirt tracks of Roaring Knob and Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. He won features on the dirt, then returned to pavement, where he had already been a 2-time Jennerstown Speedway champion. Speaking of champions, it's the defending Charger champion, Matt Gardner of Ruffsdale, the super late model rookie about to go a lap down to the leaders. The Duke of Ruffsdale pulling to the inside, allowing the lead battle to continue. Now the leaders approach a battle for position between the 1 of Steve Black and the 17 of Chris Bailey Jr. Catone nearly had an opening to go for the lead. They both clear Black. We are working lap 31, and now they approach the 17 of Chris Bailey Jr. Catone may have had an opportunity there and chose not to strike. Again, he reels in very close to the rear bumper of Brown. It would appear at this stage of the race that Mark Catone has a better handling race car in turns 3 and 4 than does Neil Brown. Next car to go a lap down. Winner last Friday, Mark Poole. Brown and Catone are setting a torrid pace, and recent feature winners are no match for these 2 machines. Poole dives to the inside as a multiple feature winner last season. He is already a lap down here on lap 33. An unbelievable 2-horse race as they have put virtually every car on the track a lap down except for 3. It continues to be Bobby Henry, a distant third, a full straightaway back, then Barry Audi and Rick Miller. But Neil Brown and Mark Catone will clearly be settling this one among themselves. Two veterans and champions. Catone, his third Motordrome champion last season, but he, like Brown, also picked up a title in his career at Jennerstown Speedway. Brown, a dominant winner here at Motordrome in 2008 and 2009, but has only been a champion at Jennerstown twice over. In turn one, we've got a battle for positions now, headed into two and down the back straight. Bobby Henry in car 11 has lost the third position, I should say, to Barry Audi. And now Rick Miller in the 18 car pulls right up to the rear bumper of Henry. This battle taking place almost half a track behind the leaders, with Chris Bailey Jr. and the 75 of Audi leading the way for Henry and Miller. Mark Poole has headed to the pit area. Last week's winner is out of competition, and now it's Audi in third, Henry in fourth, and Miller not yet able to challenge Henry as he was a moment ago after clearing the lap car of Bailey Jr. Again, this battle half a track behind the leaders as Miller closes in on Henry once again, and the longtime rivals nearly side by side on the front straight. These two drivers have battled one another back to the days of dirt track four cylinders. No love lost between them or their fans, and Miller takes away position number 4 from Henry. With 10 laps to go, the lead battle heats up in turn 2. Mark Catone headed down the back straight in car 31, trying to challenge Neil Brown. He's held his position as Tommy Beck returns to the pits in front of the leaders. He's been content to ride where he is, but with 9 to go, is Catone the faster of these two machines? Did Neil Brown use up more tires trying to make the openings early in the event that Catone followed through? Both drivers using the low side of the speedway, Catone trying even lower as there are 7 laps to go. Can Catone make the high side work? He goes upstairs in turn 1, and the car slides just a little, entering the back straight. He loses a car length, but gains that back in turn 3. Mark Catone, one of the drivers who will seldom, if ever, use the chrome horn with 7 laps to go. Again, tries the high side, and we got a caution flag on the speedway. Caution flag on the speedway. With 7 laps to go, the green flag is back out. Neil Brown and Mark Catone have obliterated this field tonight, and now side by side for the first time. Can Catone stick on the outside? As they are side by side, a spin in turn 2. We need the caution flag one more time as Steve Black in car 1 goes around on the restart in turn 2. Not what Mark Catone wanted to see at all. Catone had an outside run going, and now, perhaps on this restart, Neil Brown may know what to expect. Shot this time and gains separation on the front straight. Green flag is out. He cannot. They are door to door into turn 1. This time, Catone is not quite even with Brown down the back straight, but still using the outside lane to mount his challenge. Catone dirt tracks the car just a little in turn 4. And now, with 6 laps to go, Brown has a couple car length advantage. Barry Audi 3rd, Rick Miller 4th, and again, they are falling back from this lead duo. Neil Brown and Mark Catone in turn 4, seeing the signal of 5 laps to go. Catone's outside challenge failed him in turn 4. Will he wait for the inside to open or take a chance again on the high side? With 4 to go, Catone still in striking distance, opening up their lead over the rest of this field. Two veteran drivers who know how to win both features and championships. Brown this season again at Motordrome, not racing for the title. Catone leading the championship standings coming into tonight, and that time out of turn 2, Brown opens up by 2 car lengths, his biggest advantage in several laps. 2 laps to go, the signal given, and now Brown has a comfort zone of about 3 car lengths. Two drivers who started deep in the field tonight and worked their way up early. White flag is waving. The dominant winner of 2009, the dominant winner of 2008, the former winner of the Piney Lasky Memorial October Crown Jewel from Acme, Pennsylvania in car 98, becoming the first repeat winner in the NASCAR Subway Super Late Models in 2010. Neil Brown takes the checkered flag over Mark Catone, Barry Audi, Rick Miller, and Bobby Henry. Neil, a Subway gift certificate for you. Last week in Victory Lane, Mark Poole told us some of the advantages and disadvantages of these tires, and he said, well, the car's more stable, sometimes harder to pass. Is it better to make your moves early in a race or late in a race on this new Hoosier tire?
It's still the same old racing thing. Make your move whenever you can.
And you did that very well tonight. Mark Catone was right on your bumper moving up through the field, and I was thinking, well, Catone's got to follow the guy that's making the holes. Then you break away in free racetrack, and he looked to be faster often in turn 3. Did you know this car had enough to hold him off tonight?
No, I didn't. All I seen was a big number 31 in the rearview mirror, and I want to thank my crew chief for doing a great job with my race car, and I'd like to thank all the fans for coming out. We appreciate you guys supporting us, and I want to thank Mark Catone on a good, clean run. He's a good driver. Appreciate racing with someone like that.
And a chance to thank your sponsors for becoming the first repeat winner of 2010.
We don't have any sponsors.
There he is. He hasn't painted the car from last season. Ladies and gentlemen, Neil Brown. Rorick Toyota Pace Truck pulls off the speedway, and Bob Garchak Jr. and Ed Sheltman lead the Chargers to the green flag. Sheltman in the 20 using the outside lane to take the lead. Oh, we're nearly 3 wide going into turn 3. Cooler heads prevail as the sophomore John Scott is the meat of a sandwich between Al Minjock and Tracy Keller. Denny Keller gets a little bit sideways, straightens himself out on the rear fender of John Scott. Racing continues. Tracy Keller in the 1, challenging the 44 of Garchak for second position as Ed Sheltman builds up a nice lead. Keller into second, then Keller into third. That's Tracy Keller into second, Denny Keller into third. Garchak now side by side with Zane Farrell, who started deep in this field in car 14, up to the 4th spot already. Jimmy Christoffel in the 04 goes door to door with Garchak, and Sheltman's comfortable lead is instantly down to nothing as the Pittsburgh driver in the Buick Regal number 20. Friends of the Minjock Racing Stable out in front. Sheltman in the 20 car graduated from the 4 cylinders and looks for a career first win. All 3 drivers now stacked up behind him know how to win and want to do it now as we're nearly 3 wide out of turn 4. Sheltman was the meat of a Keller sandwich there, headed down the front straight. New leader on lap 4 is Tracy Keller. Zane Farrell now moves around the outside of Sheltman. Oh, we nearly had contact. Jimmy Christoffel predicted that one and got on the binders to avoid a mess. Great job there as Denny Keller glides into third around Sheltman. Battle for the lead already. Zane Farrell in 14, last week's winner, and the 1 of Tracy Keller on lap 5 are door to door. And with 10 to go, Farrell, the youngster, the sophomore driver, the teenager, the king of the prom, storming beyond the 1 of Tracy Keller to take the lead in turn 4. It's now Zane Farrell, Tracy Keller, Denny Keller, then some car lengths back to the 04 of Jimmy Christoffel, early race leader Ed Sheltman, still inside the top 5, having a good run. Ed McConnell in the 48. 41 of Al Minjok fighting for position with the 44 of Bob Garchak. Up front, Zane Farrell, Tracy Keller, and Denny Keller moving around the rookie in 51, Mary Catherine Shimko. And Farrell running away from the former division champion. The R&R Tree Service entry, putting some distance between himself and the Martinelli's Auto number 1 of Tracy Keller. Farrell, who credits Lonnie Hoffman, the modified ace, with helping his young career along, advanced out of the go-kart division last season to be a multiple feature winner as a rookie in the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers. And as he goes to put a lap on former modified driver Mike Musiak, his lead is about 8 to 10 car lengths over Tracy Keller. Keller in the 1, about to move around the 0-2 of Musiak, and his cousin Denny is right there making a race of it for second position. Now Denny Keller swings the back end way out toward the wall, gathers it back in, but Tracy Keller builds up an advantage of a couple car lengths as a result. Then Jimmy Christoffel in the 0-4, now Keller gaining on Keller. Expect later on this season to see Vic Keller back in action, making 3 Kellers side by side in the same division on certain nights. Look at Denny with an excellent run to the inside. Car 13 is really handling well tonight. Swapping paint a little bit with his cousin in turn number 1. Ed Sheltman heads pit side after leading early in this event, making a brush with the wall. Now Tracy Keller trying to play some rear bumper tag with cousin Denny, as Denny is now all by himself in second spot, Tracy third, Jimmy Christoffel in fourth. These 3 guys have some fast race cars, but have yet to find victory lane in 2010, as there are only 2 laps to go. Zane Farrell marched up from a near the back of the pack starting position. Last year when Farrell won his first race, it was a shocking upset for a teenage rookie among these veterans. And so far this season, his performances have been shocking in the way he can bury the rest of the field with this machine. White flag, and now headed into turn 3 for the last time. The teenager, the king of the prom, second straight win for Zane Farrell. Takes the checkered flag over Denny Keller, Tracy Keller, Jimmy Christoffel, and coming home with a top 5 finish, Ed Mcconnell. Subway gift certificate for you. Zane, I got to tell you, from where you started, that would have looked improbable, and you made it look easy tonight. Was that as fun as it looked like from the grandstands?
It was a lot of fun. Car handled real great tonight. I felt bad for Kristen after that bad wreck she had in the heat, but this car just worked so good in the heat and so good in the feature. It was well worth the wait with the rain.
With what you did on prom night, pretty safe to say that you've got your eyes on the point standings a little bit, trying to run for a championship this season?
Yeah, we're going to try to make a chase for it. You know, we're out here for fun and to be able to come back next week.
And a chance to thank your sponsors and crew.
I'd like to thank WestNewtonBikes.com, West Newton Bikes, and Linda Brown's Floral, Funk's Plumbing, Chet Joseph's Complete Notary Service, and S&S Automotive, and R&R Tree Service.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the second repeat winner of the season in the Pro Auto Supply Service Chargers, Zane Farrell. Coca-Cola Super Compacts, Caveman Kevin Keffer on the pole. June Mihalik outside, green flag waves. Caveman is the early race leader as Mihalik drops back. It's Jessica Knight and Mark Tringes Jr. side by side for second. Zerfoss is into fourth. And how about a proper introduction of the heat race? Oh, we got a collision over there involving the points leader, 31 Bill Schwartz. Appears to be the Grubbs 62 limping around the bottom of the speedway. And a caution flag will wave. Heartbreak for Bill Schwartz, two-time winner. Looks like that car may not be able to restart. 62 of Grubbs made a trip through the grass. I didn't see the incident happen. 22, John Smizek in his first start only makes one lap and heads pit side. Kevin the Caveman Keffer leading Mark Tringes Jr. and Jessica Knight. Top 5 drivers on the speedway have never won at Motordrome. And Tringes has his new 47 car charging to the inside of Keffer and takes over the lead. The 11 of Sheltman moves to the outside of the 76 of Knight. Sheltman had victory in his clutches last week, let it slip away late. That young driver who just got his Pennsylvania driver's license this season, challenging Keffer for second now. And here come the Neons as Keffer's Honda gets passed by 1, 2, maybe 3 Neons as first-time starter Jeff Dillinger takes away the 3rd position. Look at Koffler the 3rd, trying to take a spot away from Knight as his father, Koffler Jr., surround her in turn 4. It's the Kofflers surrounding Knight, and Jessica drops back 2 positions here on lap 3 of 15. We got the 9 machine of Dakota Stambaugh dragging a bumper behind him, the whole bumper all the way around the track, and he's gonna go 3 wide. An exciting night for that young rookie. Race leader is Tringes here on lap 4, and a battle for second develops between Sheltman, last week's longtime winner, and the 14 car of heat race winner tonight, Jeff Dillinger in his first start. The 9 of Armstrong heads pit side for somebody to step on that bumper. Battle for second continues on. Dillinger, the first-time starter, who I have a hunch has raced this machine maybe on dirt tracks somewhere before. After winning his heat race, this is not a first-time racer, I can guarantee you that. He's challenging young Sheltman for second, and that's allowing the 47 of Tringes Jr. to open up a huge lead on this field. Here comes Dillinger with the pass for second now after Sheltman put up a great fight. Koffler the 3rd now joins this battle. And Koffler Jr. about to join the battle in the 05. Look at Koffler the 3rd in car 48. Dillinger looks to have the fastest car all night. Not true, as Koffler is about to pass him for second. Koffler has improved greatly from 09 to 2010. And here tonight, he's improved greatly from his heat race to his feature event. On lap 8, he moves into second position around heat winner Dillinger. Maybe not so fast. Dillinger now has the inside lane to take the second spot back. And as they do this, it just about ensures that Mark Tringes Jr. will be headed for a first win, as there are 4 cars fighting for second, 3rd, and 4th, not gaining on him at all. Now Steven Sheltman switches to the high side of the speedway. Koffler and Dillinger nearly touch. There are 5 laps to go, and Sheltman nearly gets into the wall, then hits it head on after what could have been a great save. He avoided contact with Bill Schwartz, and that Neon nosed itself into the wall on the front straight despite that youngster's best efforts. We got a caution with 5 to go. The first career win, Jeff Dillinger and Paul Koffler the 3rd. We'll try to spoil that for this young man as the green flag waves for the Coca-Cola Super Compacts. Tringe is able to outdistance the newcomer, at least initially on this start. Bill Schwartz in 31 has passed another 2 cars He's using the outside of the speedway, and after being damaged in a caution flag incident on lap 1, going to the tail of the field, he's about to challenge Koffler III for position number 3 with 4 laps to go. Doesn't look like the 31 is quite as fast as it's been the last couple of weeks, but persistence nonetheless, as he's looking for a podium position after the incident. Tringe is opening up his lead over the newcomer Dellinger. Schwartz, now his progress halted just a bit as he was challenging Koffler III a moment ago. 2 laps to go, the signal given to Mark Tringes Jr. Now Schwartz battling Koffler again here on lap 13. Schwartz makes a miscue. White flag is waving now. Up front in car 47, after paying his dues with a subpar racing machine for his first couple of racing seasons, the young driver in car 47 put it all together in this neon, and for the first time in his career, coming out of turn 4, the feature winner in the Coca-Cola Super Compacts is Mark Tringes Jr. over Jeff Dellinger, Paul Koffler III, Bill Schwartz, and Paul Koffler Jr. Welcome to Victory Lane, my friend.
Thanks.
Now let's talk about this race car. You've been competing here for a couple of seasons. You were a competitor right away in 2010. You're a contender. Tell us about this race car and what you did over the off season.
Well, I bought this off LT, and really, I just painted it and been driving like I did last year. Just got a faster car. It's 5-speed. That's all.
Well, it looks good since the time you brought it out. You painted it yourself, you say, so you're one of those hands-on drivers, huh?
Well, my dad did, but I was there.
And now with everybody standing here in Victory Lane, you need the opportunity to thank the sponsors and crew that are down here to congratulate you for the first time.
I like to thank my dad for helping me with this. John and Scott they also helped. My pap, my uncle, and all my family.
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, first-time winner in Victory Lane at Motordrome, Mark Tringes Jr.